Hey everyone, it's Tyrannoyoshi. Today I thought I'd do something different. I am gonna do a video of me reading bad reviews for this closed indoor water park and hotel called Cove in Indianapolis, Indiana. This closed in 2017. It was demolished in 2018, and it's gonna be turned into a shopping plaza that also has room for an apartment complex and maybe a hotel. But we'll have to wait and see. All right, so let's start. So this hotel has tons of bad reviews, so I'm gonna read some. Alright, here we go. Hmm. Where is it? Actually, I think. Oh, I saw one. Let's just do the terrible ones, since there are tons of terrible ones. Alright, blah blah blah. Let's read this one. Worst hotel stay to this date. I am a very laid back and never do reviews. However, this hotel was the worst hotel anyone could possibly stay in. For starters, the water park was closed and not stated when booked. This wasn't a big deal, however. The regular pool was supposed to be open and was closed as well. I should have saw the red flag of no cars in the parking lot. I get into the room, there was not a fridge, so I called and they wheeled one down, which I found odd. I go to open up the sliding door to go into the pavilion, and there was blood stains on the curtains. I go to address the issue. Not only was the staff extremely rude, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, they refused any refund, explained I couldn't have the owner of the hotel's information, and was as far up the ladder I could go. I truly feel sorry for anyone who gets trapped into staying at this hotel. Next. Needs to be shut down. It is absolutely filthy, and I have no idea why it has not been shut down. From rust, holes in stairs, dirty water, cockroaches, expired snacks, sodas that taste like they have chemicals in them just to complete unsanitary conditions all over the place, I would avoid this place at all costs. Oh, this is a big one. Not a good stay so far. We have stayed here several times and have not had this many issues. Well, it started off with everybody wanting to go have a good time and it turned bad upon check-in. We check in and find out the water park is closed, which is the only reason we chose this hotel. They said they do have a pool though. We asked for a discount and they stated that they could not due to us reserving under a third party. We decided to stay anyways. Throughout the night, the room remained at 76 degrees even though the thermostat was set at 68, which made sleeping very uncomfortable. The beds would have been comfortable if they would not feel as they were on stilts. The frames are very shaky and squeaky. Every time you move, it feels like it tilts and squeaks loudly. We were on the second floor, which shares a common balcony/walkway, and the sliding glass door only has a sheer curtain, and several times had seen people walk by and look at us in the room. Morning hits and there are signs all around and an ad on TV showing a nice breakfast and a deal of an adult purchase kids eat free. We get up and head down for the breakfast to see bagels, mini donuts, a tub of cereal, and a platter of fruit. The last time we stayed here, there was a full buffet, but we were told since there are so few people staying at the time, and this is what we get. We are very disappointed with the stay. We really don't think we will stay here again. And just now, while I'm typing this, a maintenance worker walked by, looking at us through the sheer. We could have stayed at the La Quinta, I don't know how to pronounce that, right across the street and saved a lot of money and had a better experience. This is an image of someone looking at them through the curtain. Ugh, that's kind of creepy. Alright, moving on. If I was the same person for a second. Alright, sucked. Cold pool area. I had 3 beach towels wrapped around me and I was fully clothed. Hot tub didn't work, then it did, and then it didn't. The water in both were cold. Breakfast buffet was a joke. The man who was running it was very apologetic and very kind. We didn't have heat in our room, and they never sent maintenance up to fix it. We had to sleep in sweatshirts. One bed had a comforter, the other didn't. When I leave a hotel, I always take the sheets off the bed. Well, what I did this time, I found pee stain at the foot of the bed. No one would take my complaints at the front desk. Here's another one. Where is it? Scroll ball. There it is. Very disappointed. Today, my daughter, husband, and grandchildren, aged 5 and 6, were looking forward to a great time at the indoor water park. Imagine the disappointment of two small children to find that the water park was closed for renovations, and no one informed them when they booked their room, or even today when they made a call to find out their check-in time. A very long ride for nothing. Ooh, wow, this is a big one. Hold on tight. This place needs an overhaul. I'm a frequent traveler, about 100 hotel nights a year, and this is the dirtiest hotel that I've ever stayed in, even compared to hotels in developing countries. The front desk clerk was very friendly, courteous, and understanding, but after that, every other aspect of the stay was deplorable. We chose this hotel so the kids could use the indoor water park, but the water park was closed. No biggie. But it was downhill from there. We had 3 rooms and 3 nights because each room had something majorly wrong with it. First night, arrived very late with sleepy kids. Went to the room and dropped them in the bed. Then walked into the bathroom and saw the filthiest tub I have ever seen outside of a... I don't think I can say that. This is the 13 plus channel, but you know what? Outside of a or I've never actually seen a or but this is what I would expect the tub to look like. There was unrinsed Comet in the tub, all the fixtures were rusted, and black liquid stains were running down the door and walls. Toilet paper holder was broken, so there was just a roll of toilet paper on the counter. The carpet was in the room was sticky, and the towels were as thin as gauze. Gauze, whatever. After getting a good look at the room, I panicked and woke the kids up so I could use the flashlight on my phone to check for bedbugs. Fortunately, none. The understanding clerk allowed us to switch rooms, although I got the impression that she knew that room was a mess when she gave it to us. Second night. Room is dirty, but not as bad as the other one. Some of the same things as before. Sticky carpet, rusted fixtures, suspect towels, etc. No biggie. Only 2 more nights to stay, right? The toilet paper holder in this room was also broken, so the roll was also just placed on the counter. Again, not a biggie. We're adaptable. Until we noticed that the roll had a couple of brown thumbprints on the side. You read that right. Yuck! We got a new roll, and I wiped down the bathroom with Clorox wipes. We went to the wedding we were in town for, and came back to the room after the reception to find, wait for it, water dripping from the bathroom ceiling. A lot of it. It was actually kind of comedic, because it happened to be hitting a balloon we got at a restaurant, which magnified the sound of the drips, blunk, 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 and just looked sad. Rusty water dripping down on a green balloon with loud thumps. And fortunately, none of our stuff got damaged. So, the understanding clerk, who did not seem at all surprised, moved us to yet another room. Third night. This room passed. No major issues. But then again, we went into it around midnight and left at 6 a.m., so we never saw it in daylight. Who knows what critters some sunlight would have exposed. I felt like I'd been on a developing country where we left this hotel. It's a really nice building, with a nice indoor pool and water park. It looked like it was just very far past its prime. It needs an overhaul, and likely a new manager or cleaning crew. With 2 more nights, it could become a 5 nights at Caribbean Coves. Here's another one. Absolutely horrible service. My 2 young children and I decided to take a weekend trip to the hotel and water park over fall break. We did much planning for this trip and made reservations a few weeks in advance. I made it clear when we made our reservations that we were staying for a night, but our main priority was enjoying the water park. Less than a week before we were supposed to go, I got a phone call that they were closing the water park for renovations for the rest of the year. I was told I could stay for the night at a discounted price, or that I could cancel my reservations at no penalty to me. Really? No penalty to me? Not only was the man rude on the phone, but this was not our mistake whatsoever. Obviously, I canceled our reservations and will never be making on there again. Don't waste your time in this place. Not worth the money or hassle. Absolutely horrible. We only stayed 1 night and was grossly disappointed in every way. First of all, the water park is very outdated. It really needs a lot of work. Rust on all metal parts, all the slides leaked on the people below, trash was overflowing, food service was 1 person and he was rude about things as well. That was all the the afternoon hours. Jeez, improve your grammar, darn it. That night, after going to our room, we went back and it was even worse. The lifeguards were very non-caring. They were all ill-trained in the way they dealt with situations. They were even doing things that the guests were being told to stop. That event even involved a supervisor shooting basketballs while being guarded by another lifeguard, on duty mind you, on a pool deck 20 feet from the goal, hitting people that walked by and hitting kids that were in the pool with the ball. As I tried to read my book, I realized that most of the lights in the place didn't even work. I had to leave before I blew a gasket. Very unpleasant and unprofessional all around. The rooms are very outdated, and our room didn't even have the room number on the outside. Then at bedtime, we called down 3 times for more blankets for our kids. Finally, I went down to the front desk and had to wait for them to be brought out to me at 11:30 at night. The manager on duty that I talked to 3 times never even apologized or anything. We will never return, and we will let everyone that we know not to come here either. I've never been so disappointed in a hotel before. Oh, alright, let me go read this thing. A response by the Caribbean Cove Guest Relations Manager. Dear valued guest, we want to thank you for providing us with detailed feedback and bringing important problems to our attention. We strive every day for each and every guest to have an exceptional experience, and hopefully your next visit will be. Best regards, Front Office Supervisor. Kind of cliche. It's just the same old thank you for your inconvenience. Do they just keep copying and pasting the same thing? Copy and paste. Oh, there's another one. Let's see. The Tilted Coast Grand Opening is on August 31st, 2015. Wow, a Monday. Let's see. I'm gonna read 2 more reviews and that's it. Big mistake. As soon as I walked into the hotel, I knew I made a big mistake. I felt as though I just stepped into a haunted house instead of a welcoming hotel. Upon entry, I faced an oppression of smells and odd, inconsistent temperatures that were unpleasant and bizarre. I arrived at night, and the dimly lit corridors and rickety elevator added to the creepy ambience. When I entered my room, it got worse. The room was dirty and dingy. The toilet was filled with human waste. Blech. Really? What? And there were no towels. Disgusting. The phone and lamps were either broken or didn't have buttons to turn on. After spending about 5 minutes in my room, I checked out immediately and drove away as fast as possible. If you are looking to experience the world's worst hotel, stay here. Alright, this is my last one. Worst weekend ever! Our family held its reunion at the Caribbean Cove, and it was the worst weekend ever. Many of our guests checked out. Oh, there's actually tons and tons of capitalized words, like tons. Many of our guests checked out after the first night and secured rooms at other surrounding hotels. Had I not been the community chairperson, I too would have checked out. The front desk and housekeeping staff were horrible. They were unprofessional and ill-equipped to handle simple requests. The facility is in desperate need of maintenance and upgrade. The keys were given to rooms that were not ready. Rooms did not have toilet paper, toilet towels, working bulbs, appropriate bedding, etc. When guests checked in, guests had to request simple amenities every day from housekeeping. There were roaches in the rooms and around the pool area. Telephones in the rooms were not working. Guests had to physically go to the front desk to lodge a complaint. The staff was awful. Housekeeping was poorly trained and failed to clean rooms adequately. Despite signing a contract in January for a week and stay in June, the hotel was not prepared for our guests. I wish I would have done more research on this hotel prior to booking our group. It was awful. I don't recommend anyone spending their time or money or time at this facility. It is money and time you will never get back. Alright, that's it. Now, that's it for the video, but before I end it off, I'm going to show you a bonus review. Which is probably my favorite review ever on TripAdvisor. It's from a Chuck E. Cheese ripoff called Birthday World, and it's located in Altamont Springs, Florida. Let's see. This Chuck E. Cheese ripoff closed in 2012, I think. Late 2012. Let's see, where is it? Oh, there it is. by Perky Nomad from Tampa, Florida. Bounce House Nazis. Here we go, everyone. This is going to be good. The worst part was the staff. Oh, this was made in November 2011, a year before it closed. Alright. The worst part was the staff. When you first walk in, you are given a lukewarm welcome and a "what are you doing here" attitude. Then you are told to immediately sign a waiver. They have a bounce house with rules. The problem is the rules are posted about 10 feet in the air facing the opposite direction of the bounce house, and there isn't a bounce house supervisor of any kind. Of course, many of these kids either won't notice the rules or even understand them if their parents do not explain it to them. Whenever the kids would break these rules, the staff would get on the announcement microphone, shut off the music, and threaten the kids. Things like, if you do that again, we are deflating it. And if you do that again, I will ban you from the bounce house. Or put your butt down and slide. Or no more bounce house for you. It was entirely disruptive and set an uncomfortable tone on the atmosphere. The staff was generally unhappy, unfriendly, and just appeared to be lazy. Second, the lack of games and activities was pathetic. The kids, 4 to 6-year-olds, were bored after an hour. The rides that they offer are only operated about once an hour. Their prizes were lame. I think one review said that the prizes were not even dollar store worthy. I agree. The actual place was worse than a dilapidated Chuck E. Cheese could ever be. The overall building was in desperate need of a good wash and new coats of paint. The whole place was sticky and smelled funny. I was afraid when I ordered drinks and food from their concession stand that looked abandoned and unclean. But of course we had to feed the kids and myself. A medium pepperoni pizza and 2 small $2 refills. Sodas cost almost $30. They price gouged for ordering Hungry Howie's pizza and having it delivered to their location. That, my friends, is a TripAdvisor review done right. Alright, that is it. I hope you enjoyed my video on reviewing Terrible Hotel and Water Park, and reading review of this awful Chuck E. Cheese ripoff. And I hope you had I hope you had a great time watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Subscribe to my channel, subscribe to Tyrannoyoshi Studios for more amazing, outstanding, nutritious, delicious content. Subscribe to Ego Thomas's channel, Just Your Average Gamer X, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!